the Midnight OJ podcast.
In real life, I don't even sound this good.
MidnightOJ.com.
Let me guess, Bill Burr? Nah, I'm kidding. He sucks, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Go time. Oh, that's me. Excuse me.
Heart is colder than a snow plow. I'm alone now, trying to hold my own proud. On my 2 feet, gotta keep it moving. Pain is too deep, gotta keep the wounds clean.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Midnight OJ podcast with my main man, OneShotOnce. So you grew up in Hoboken.
Yes.
You were born in the 90s, 1990. You've seen the town change. Because there used to be a part of me when I grew up there, in the 90s, coincidentally, that there was nothing anybody could say about my town, my city, that I wouldn't smack somebody in the mouth if they disrespected Hoboken.
If you're,
and I didn't live there majority of my life. Like most of my friends kind of came up. I kind of came in after. My family was from there. But it's definitely come a long way.
Yeah, it has. I guess you could say it's positive and negative at the same time. Like, for instance, Hoboken actually came up on some list as one of the top 3 cities in the country that's, I believe it's the snootiest or something like
that. Was that a Maxim magazine?
When the yuppies came in and took over?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that, we were touching up on that and saying, I said gentrification, and it kind of is, it didn't happen as fast, but it's like, dude, like I said, I was born in 1990 and I have seen major changes in this town. Everything's completely different, it's like everything's just a memory, especially, these great, local spots. Like I grew up on the same block as Biggie's Clam Bar, you know what I mean? And dude, they shut down. In my opinion, they tell everybody what they
did shut it down. They did shut it down. Yep.
They want to tell everybody what they want, but I think they fucking sold out.
Did it become a gay bar?
No.
That's yeah. Right. You're talking about where I forget what there was so many names for it. It was Shooters, then it was River Street, and then that club on the corner.
No.
Yeah. That's not there anymore either.
What is that club now?
That they turned it into Rain or Havana's. I know Rain is right on the corner. It's a club, and then they had this place called Havana's, which is a club at night, restaurant during the day. And then Biggie's took the old clam broth houses space. Yeah. So yeah, they opened up on Newark Street up there, and what's it called? Yeah, it has the bar and shit, TVs and stuff, but
it lost some of its original appeal
completely. Like I said, I grew up on the same block as there. I grew up eating Biggie's. My daughter, she's 8 years old. And she's been to Biggie's tons. The main reason why she eats clams right now is because of Biggie's. But yeah, it's fucked up. I feel like they sold out because they were trying to sit here and say that they weren't getting business, but that's total bullshit.
In a town that small and populated, I think that's.
But yeah, as far as Hoboken, that's what you see a lot of. Is a lot of the it's like, yeah, I get it. You got to change with the times. You know what I mean? But it's just like it's fucked up when you see places you grew up on or whatever just like completely flip the switch, and it's just like, let's cater to all these people now.
Yeah.
But if we want to touch up on dope Hoboken shit that's still around, one of the hobbies of mine is fucking food. I'm a fat ass.
You consider yourself a foodie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I love.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
OneShotOnce.com, MidnightOJ.com.
Love to cook, but
you cook?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. You could defend yourself in the kitchen?
Yeah, definitely.
I can't boil an egg for shit, man.
Oh my god!
Congratulations, man.
You gotta put in some work, man. Yeah, I love to cook, dude.
All right.
But yeah, foodie definitely.
Okay.
You guys are Hoboken guys. Fiore's is still around.
Yep,
Fiore's
staple.
is big.
Yeah.
But you know, if I'm looking for the best mutts and like the biggest Italian sandwich possible, I go to Bianca Mano's Uptown.
Okay.
You know where that is, right?
Yep. I know Bianca Mano.
Holy shit! What? But people call it what M&B or something like that.
Yeah.
I know it as Bianca Mano's. It's crazy. But those spots are around. Thank God. What else is
Fresh mozzarella. Lisa's is still
yeah,
around.
Lisa's is still there. That's
Benny
right.
Tadino's is still
Benny's,
around. That place doesn't evolve. That place just doesn't evolve.
You know what's another one? Torna's. You forgot about
Torna's. Wow. Yes.
Best Sicilians around.
On 9th Street. Yeah.
Yes.
Leo's too, no? Leo's?
Oh, yeah.
Leo's.
Leo's another
You know what
really good Italian food spot.
When my wife used to work at Burlington Coat Factory on 14th Street.
Holy shit.
This is back in the day. This is before she became my wife. I go see her at work. I bring her a little Torna's personal, little pie.
This is when he was scouting and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Young scout.
Hey, man, you want to seal the deal, you do it with a Torna slice.
Definitely. And it did, man.
Extra sauce.
Two kids later, 10 years, God bless, man. God bless Hoboken, man.
I wonder if she ever asked you, like, whatever happened to that slice?
Oh, baby, you got it.
That'll be a good anniversary present right there.
A good spot that I saw open was Grimaldi's Pizzeria. If you ever find your way,
keep bringing that up to me.
Yeah, they actually shut down too on 2nd and Willow.
On Clinton,
but,
yeah, 2nd and Clinton.
Oh no, yeah,
and
Clinton,
they have the
right.
spot on Washington.
Yeah, at least that's.
But that's the evolution you just mentioned.
Exactly.
They gotta cater to a different clientele. The people that got them on moved out.
Yeah,
I'm not there. I wish they would deliver all the way up to me, but they won't.
But you know what it is too. This touches back on the gentrification thing too. Is that what most of these places are going through is these fucking raises in the rent. Because look, back in the day, I would imagine that it was much fucking cheaper, for space or, even buildings. I remember my grandfather telling me that, these 5-floor buildings you see in Hoboken that go for like 2.5 million used to go for like 30 grand.
Yeah. It's really cheap.
Oh no. The town itself has a very sordid history. of landlords burning tenants out.
It became a gold mine.
Arson City.
They foresee this. Yeah, they foresaw this. They foresaw this.
Arson
Boom.
City.
Yeah. I lost two. Well, I mean, they were uncles because they were my grandfather's kids, but they were younger than me. One of those situations. And there was two of them, two little kids, 4 and 3 years old. They didn't survive, man. They didn't survive a fire. Yeah, there was a couch in the way. Somebody set it ablaze. They passed away.
That sucks, man.
And there's an article on, because my mom, I think, still has the Hoboken Reporter article, the printout, faded as fuck. But as they were going through the rumble and stuff, and the crane picks up like a handful of debris, a bunch of stuff falls off the crane, and the album kind of opens up, and it's one uncle on one side and the other little kid on the other, his brother on the other page, as the crane picked up and the album fell, and the Hoboken Reporter takes a picture of this as it's happening. It's like, these are the two, and this fucking thing just happens to happen. And this town has a sordid history.
Yeah, man.
But I still wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
No.
I love Hoboken. I love. It's.
I like now. It's like I like the swag of being an original Hobokenite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
a townie, a local.
Go Red Wings. Go Red Wings.
But you know what fucks with my head too is I'm friends with a lot of the people that moved into this town, and when I tell them I grew up in this town, they're just like, "Wow, that's crazy." You know what I mean? And
what's so crazy about it?
It's because they see it for what it is now. You know what I mean? But they didn't grow up when we were doing all the stupid shit. Exactly. It's fucking great.
Yeah, we saw some shit go down, man.
Good town, man.
Yeah.
So do you have any shows or performances?
I definitely got some stuff lined up. I don't have any dates or venues for you guys yet, but yeah, I'm lining it up because I wanted to do everything one step at a time. I wanted to see how the tape was doing. Boom, it's doing pretty well as of right now, and I'm just looking for good venues, man, because that's a big problem.
Let us know. We'll market it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll definitely give you guys a shout out.
Definitely look out on the website OneShotOnce.com. And let us know when you're doing a show, man. We'll be gladly supportive and definitely show up. And
hell yeah.
When you say a good venue, like make sure you don't get shot like at the end of like somebody doesn't pop off.
No, but that's
that doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No,
Jersey Cities have a lot
still
of
pretty
murders
fucked up. No, but that's what I mean, man. Is that's what sucks? Is that you know, as far as Hudson County goes, you know, it sucks being an artist from here just because of that. Because it's like you always got to go across the water. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you want some good crowds and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know, we did a show not too long ago, February of last year, and we did it right in one of these bars. Okay. You know what I mean? It was uptown, and it did pretty well. You know, even though you can only pack like 400 people in there.
That's good enough.
But I've heard there's performances around this area where there's gangs that show up and
but that's what it is. It comes down to hip hop.
It's fucking crazy.
You know where hip hop is at right now. It's just too crazy. So you know. You can't have certain artists come through because of, you know, their fan base.
Yep.
And that's what sucks too. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even shine the way you want to where you're from because somebody might get shot. Yeah, you know.
Biggie Smalls had threats. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going to Cali. Fuck this bullshit.
Biggie Smalls can afford security. You know,
security wasn't too good that day.
To be honest though, I think I'll put this out there now and say I'll probably start setting up my own venues. Okay. You know what I mean? So. If it comes down to me not being able to find a good place, I'm putting that together. You know what I mean? There's no reason why I shouldn't.
It shouldn't be that difficult.
If you really want to party, you got to throw your own.
What's your playlist like?
Oh, well, like currently, especially because, you know, I got my license back, this, that, third.
Who's on there? Who's on the... Who gets played first?
Okay,
well, what gets played first?
Some of them are actually guys right now that I'm looking at, that I'm liking their work right now. I like the kid Dave East. Dave East is doing pretty good. He's kind of, he has that New York sound. Okay, and I like it. Yeah. So you'll catch me listening to some Dave East. If not Dave East, who was I listening to on the way up here? Believe it or not, what's it called? You'll catch me listening to a lot of old school freestyle. Okay. Like Judy Torres and all them. Yeah,
wow, that freestyle.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
you really are 90s baby.
Yeah.
Wow. I hated that fucking music, man.
It's cool for a moment. You know what I mean?
For a moment in time. Somebody posted something on Facebook the other day. I was like, oh shit. Very Jersey, very Jersey. I mean, it had its appeal, of course.
But recently, I've actually been listening to a lot of old DMX.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like it always happens like month by month, you know, where it's like I'll go back to listen to a certain song from a certain artist and I'm like, damn, yo, whatever happened to this shit? And I just get sucked in all over again, you know?
It brings you back in, right? It drags you back in.
Yeah, a lot of DMX recently. And I actually, I've been finding and listening to a lot of old school, like, Big L freestyles. Okay. Like, I don't know. I've always loved his punchlines and his lyrics. It's just fucking crazy, and it's comical too. You know, like that. That's another thing. Is like, I try to bring that to light. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a comedian, but you know, I like to have fun. I like to joke around. So it's like, you know, I just want to say that because you know I have certain tracks that. They might be a little unorthodox, or they might be...
People may misunderstand them
for
what they really are.
Think I'm trying to, like, sell out or some shit like that, you know?
Don't take it too seriously.
Like, actually, if you go deeper into the tape, towards the end, there's 2 bonus tracks. Okay. And just to shine some light, one of the bonus tracks was actually supposed to be the intro of the tape. Okay. And it's funny how it works out better at the end of the tape. But the very last track on the tape, there's a really funny skit on it. Okay. And I did the whole thing. Like I try to do as much as possible. On that track Everlast, I actually did the midsection where it's like we have one shot with the ball.
I was wondering how you got permission. And is that you making the Mike Tyson? Is that you, the Mike Tyson? Because
No,
that's a hell of a Mike Tyson.
No,
is that real?
that one.
No, that's
that
the
one
real
I
Mike
found.
Tyson. Fuck out of here.
That one I found. Actually, no.
Somebody might imitate it, and you just record it.
I think that's Ali.
Ali, is it Ali? Yeah,
I believe that's Ali. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You ain't no Frazier. Yeah. Okay, I thought it was you making the voices. I'm like, damn, that's good.
No, there was one with the Tyson that you played earlier.
It's Ali. It's
No,
not
but
Tyson.
no, there was another one that you played earlier. There was Tyson.
Is it Tyson? No, it's not Tyson.
Where he's talking about you're not my God and
Right.
Allah's my God. That's Tyson.
Is it Tyson?
That's Tyson. Yeah, you played it earlier.
Either way,
before he showed
it's not
up.
you.
No. That part is me.
What are your favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies?
Some of them.
Well, yeah, I already said cooking. You know what I mean? Cooking's definitely a big hobby. On the low, I'm actually a car geek. You know what I mean? My car right now, I gotta fucking leave it at the shop for like a week or two. I've been beating it to shit lately. But yeah, love cars. You know what I mean? You know, of course, music.
I think cars comes with the territory. You know, it's part of the appeal. You know,
I'm just a connoisseur with different things. You know what I mean? Like, especially like beers and alcohol and shit. You know, every week I'm trying to do something different.
You're kind of sipping on that one. You need a nipple for it? Or?
This is only because, like I said,
he's driving, man. Take it easy.
I did some crazy drinking last night. Last night, you want to talk about throwing it back? I was drinking Incredible Hulks last night.
What? Hold on.
Wait,
That is Alizé.
Did you say Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
That is Alizé.
No. It's Hypnotic and Hennessy.
That's what it is. Oh my god. Hypnotic and Hennessy.
We have a character called Bulk Brogan on this show.
Dude, let me tell you. And yo, they were fucking expensive at Webster Hall. This bitch was charging me $16 a fucking drink for this thing.
But I mean, one of them.
Oh yeah,
one of them is enough for like.
But that's what happened is because originally I rolled through trying to drink a gin and tonic. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, this is kind of weak for the price I'm paying. And then, I don't know.
More gin, less tonic.
It just fucking hit me because I'm sitting at the bar and then I look up and I see this big bottle of Hypnotic. Like, I see the aura. And I'm just like, the idea pops into my head. I'm like, would they do it?
They would.
Oh, yeah. They were just feeding me that shit all night. And then earlier today when I woke up, my roommate told me, he was like, yeah, you were pretty fucked up last night, man. I was like, was I? He was like, yeah, the ashtray was empty before you got home. Sees like 10 cigarettes, fucking food everywhere.
10 butts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm surprised you made it today.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we didn't think you were gonna make it, so I figured let's just keep it open, see what happens.
Yeah,
a couple things down, and we figured, hey, you come around, you know.
I had honestly like set an alarm, and what's it called? It was one of those situations where it was like, I woke up with the phone in my hand, and I was still in the menu of
That's happened to me. That's happened to me before. Yes.
Just like fuck.
I'm usually the half
automatic
text.
snooze.
Yeah.
I haven't hit send yet. I'm like, oh, that's right.
You died right before you were able to press the button.
I did not make it.
That shit is crazy.
Shit, man.
But yeah, you know, I guess other hobbies too is like, I wouldn't say it's much of a hobby. It's just something I love is comedy. I mentioned that before. You know, I just like hip hop. You know what I mean? It's like comedy, man. I feel like comedy really needs to step its game up a little bit.
Right?
I think it has. But I think
you have any favorite comics or?
Oh man,
let me guess. Bill Burr?
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He sucks. He sucks. By the way, I'm just kidding.
No, that's what sucks too, man. Is my guys are the old school guys like George Carlin, bro. George Carlin is a funny motherfucker.
Yes.
He should be our president today.
Yeah,
There's nobody more logical than George Carlin.
George Carlin. Then you have Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor.
Yes.
You know, as far
the
as
classics.
Yeah, as far as the most recents go, you know, I still
anyone alive though.
Anyone alive?
Well, let's touch on this. Dave Chappelle.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle, right?
Dave Chappelle's probably the last one left right now that just doesn't give a fuck, you know?
But he left television, left such a void that two guys had to come in and replace him, Key and Peele, right?
Yeah.
Like these two guys had to come in and fill this void, and those guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I love their brand of comedy. It meshes well together. They're so different, but they're so friendly with each other, and they get each other. But it took those two guys to fill this void that this one comedian left behind on television.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was saddened when he left, man. And I don't know what I don't get what happened.
He moved to Africa, right?
Something went down where he got
and
tired.
Then he came
of
back
people.
like the Incredible Hulk.
He got tired of people kind of just calling out his characters, and
it was. You need to
white
move
boys,
away from all that.
White boys talking.
He was just getting too
racially,
He's getting too edgy. That's what it is. Is when you're in the position that he's in, it's like it's talking about that next level shit. He wanted to take it to the next level, and just like
people wouldn't let him. Yeah,
man, the station or whoever the fuck was looking at that was just like, nah, dude.
Well, that happened. that happened to Howard Stern, and he just moved on.
Yeah.
The next level.
Hold on. Howard Stern was a comedian. He's a funny guy,
but he did the edgy shit.
I know it's not a comedian,
right? He was always on the edge and didn't give a fuck, right? But Chappelle, especially that incident he had in Connecticut where he got on stage and people wouldn't stop yelling, give me a strawberry daiquiri, bitch, and all his lines, right? Yeah. He stopped.
It gets annoying.
He stopped the show and was like, "I'm gonna wait for y'all to finish." And
because
then
it gets annoying.
They started booing him. I was like, "All right, well, I totally get it," but now he's back.
Yeah,
$60 million contract.
That's crazy.
I can't wait. I left Netflix for a while. I think it's on Netflix that he's coming back to.
He's coming back
hopefully
with
man.
that. So with
Netflix
the specials,
is the new horizon. Now.
It is, man. It really is. It's exciting stuff.
But look, that gets into more about the digital era. You know what I mean? Like, I preach this fucking hard because I'm a movie buff. That's actually another hobby. I fucking love movies. Which is why I feel like I'm pretty good with impersonations and shit, But like, yeah, dude. Growing up, I actually did have the luxury for most of my life to have cable. Yep. And if there's one thing I noticed is that, dude, these fucking cable companies rape you. You pay all this fucking money for all these channels when they're only giving good shit on the weekends. It's fucked up.
Well, since you put yourself out there now, give me an impersonation.
Who do you think you could do best? You do any Christopher Walken? We like some Walken.
Nah,
let him do his own.
Like if it comes to shit like that, like I can only give you bits and pieces. Like
that's
Christopher Walken's like, good for you, good for you.
Not bad. See,
you do like Joe Pesci or Robert De Niro. You do the old school people.
Those guys are harder.
Yeah.
What do you actually do?
Me, what I get into a lot. My girl is she's actually an inspiring actress, and she's always looking to me for inspiration because I'm always doing some stupid shit. I get on her fucking nerves, but what's it called? Oh, I do like the ratchet like Spanish girl.
Yeah.
It's just like hello, boo boo, how you doing? What's up, papi?
You from Westchester?
She's awesome, by the way.
Holy shit, dude.
Shit, man. Good times, man. Good time to be alive, bro. Good time to be alive.
See, man, you just gotta have fun, dude.
Of course. That's what life's about.
Too much going on, and too little going on introvertedly. Which brings me to my next question. How do I word this? So there is somebody special in your life, right?
I just put myself out there.
You did it again. I mean, I don't know. We keep touching on these topics. So do you cook? Do you cook the meal for? Does that happen?
Actually.
Some grilled cheeses with tomato?
No, actually, I needed to make it a point to throw down because I remember for a while she was always telling me like she's a health freak, but she does cook good shit. Right. She loves spaghetti and meatballs. She's always talking about fucking spaghetti and meatballs. But I kept telling her, I'm like, I know how to cook, and she's like, oh yeah. Like I guess she didn't believe me. And I was like,
stay away from the kitchen.
I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna fucking cook for you today. I ended up making what did I make?
What was your dish? Give me a
sun-dried tomato Alfredo sauce.
Fuck, man.
with linguine, rock shrimp. You know those big shrimps. Yeah, and,
I think. By the way, I think my wife has that all in the refrigerator. You want to start cooking for us?
Probably dinner, baby.
Yeah, I started off with the regular Alfredo sauce, chopped up some sun-dried tomatoes, threw them in. I also threw in once I started mixing the linguine and the Alfredo, I threw in some spinach too, and yeah, it's pretty wild.
No, I'm hungry now, bro.
She was sitting there and she was just like, "Fuck."
He's better than me.
Yeah.
Fuck, asshole.
That shit was crazy, and I did it pretty quick too, which is awesome.
Not bad. Look at you, huh? Not bad.
Yeah, try. You know.
Whoa, half Puerto Rican, half Italian. What do you expect?
I mean, something's got to stick.
That's a chef right there.
But here's what's really fucked up is that I cook Italian food way better than Spanish food, and it's sad to say that.
No,
I can't. You know what really fucks me up? Rice. It's the main ingredient for most of our meals, and I can't. I don't have it down. Like, it's fucked up.
That's good. Man.
Yeah, it's either too much water or too less. All I know is when
salt.
When I lift that pot, it's just fucked up. Like
it just ain't right.
There might as well just be like a face indented with a frown on the rice.
You hear the sadness seal just break.
Oh, yeah. It's fucked up.
That's good. That's fucking good. So you're a chef, you cook.
He's a rapper.
What is that? Something you don't do?
No, because what it was.
We're gonna hold you here for ransom, bro. Yeah, I want a fucking ransom for this Alonzo kid.
Well, I'll keep it real with you. When this all like really, really came from, like, first of all, I didn't start rapping until I was like 19, to be honest. That actually came out because remember when we were going through like a really bad deficit around, the later 2000s, I would say. Like 2000. Yeah. 08.
Yep.
Fucking 08. Yeah, that was the year my daughter was born. And I remember, I was dropped out of high school at the time. And, I wanted to get back in just to get my GED immediately. And I'm looking into like these colleges and these programs, and almost every fucking field I wanted to go into, they were just ripped to shreds. I wanted to be a mechanic because car geek, you know what I mean? Industry was just down the fucking toilet at the time.
Wow.
People were getting bailed out left and right. Remember that?
Yep.
Then, what's it called? I was always into fashion too. Thought about doing the fashion thing. Go to school, same thing. Even to the point where the fucking guy that was interviewing me, he pulled me aside and he was like, "Hey, dude, you know what I mean? I'm looking at your sketches and shit. Your stuff's pretty dope, but I would really, reconsider this because the industry's fucked up right now." And
wow, wait a minute.
yeah. I'm like,
hold on a second.
Yeah, that's as real as it gets right there, dude.
Wow, dude.
And at that point, I'm just like, fuck. So
So no type of hope in the near future. Everything.
Yeah. So
everything you're trying to do is
I was working.
It's a shut door.
The delivery job. I'll admit it. I was hustling in between. No hard stuff. Strictly herb. But. I had to fucking start somewhere, and then in the middle of all this, honestly, it was just like, I don't know, I was on the fucking computer one day, and I came across an older beat. I think I was listening to some Mobb Deep or something like that, and I don't know, I found an instrumental. I've never necessarily looked for an instrumental, but I found one, and I was just like, let me fuck around with this. And I remember writing, at least like a 16 or something like that. I couldn't even count at the time. And the first person I showed it to was actually my baby's mother, and she was just like, wow, that's a lot better than I expected.
Okay.
It started there, and then it continued a little bit more. Do you
remember any of those 16s?
This is my first year rapping.
It's all right if you don't remember. It's all right.
No, if there's one thing I might remember is So let me teach you a lesson in being aggressive is all an expression. I'm like a button that you constantly press on our body. Your weapons flexing the shotty, sending bodies to heaven, hardly accepting a part of me is partially reckless.
Holy shit, bro! That was your first one.
Awesome.
I mean, fucking genius, man.
That was the big pun era when I was listening to it hard.
Nice.
You know what I
Give me
mean?
one more.
Shout out
Give me
to
one
Big
more.
Pun.
It doesn't have to be old school. It could be
no.
something now. It could be something now. Just a little.
You
But I love that, bro.
It's a cappella though. We don't have any music for him.
Nah, he could do it.
You
Give me
know.
like 20 seconds of something. Even now in your album. Give us something in your album.
Something from the album.
Yeah. Anything. It could be just 20 seconds. Anything.
All right. Yeah. Well, this is one of the bonus tracks.
Go ahead.
Like I said, love Wu-Tang, and I wanted to bring something back. I was like, niggas acting like bitches better choose agenda. I'm going in, got a new agenda. As soon as I enter, look around the room, say you dudes is pretenders. Cool like a pool, pulling strings like a fender. Make one call, got the homies that'll end ya. When it comes to words, I'm the bender. When I'm with your girl, I'm a bender. I murder placenta, putting in work like I earned a percentage.
Wow, this fucking kid is
Hey, baby.
What? Rap is back, ladies and gentlemen. Rap is back. Fuck yeah.
Rap never left.
Wow. Yes, it did. It left. Trust me.
Shout out to my main man, Once.
Yeah, I had to give you something.
OneShotOnce.com, man. Check out the album. Show my man some love. That was off the hook, man. That was off the hook. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody, to the Midnight OJ podcast, where it's currently 12:15 a.m. in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We're on the other side of the planet right now, people. But it's 12 midnight somewhere. We're joined today by the one and only OneShotOnce.com. Check out his new album, The Mandela Effect. We are blessed with the presence of my main man. Give it up, everybody. So we were talking a little bit about the album and some of your older music, some of your original works, some of the sounds, how they've evolved from that funky sound you grew up with, and you came back around and putting together this latest effort, the Mandela Effect. Talk to me about that. How does something like this, because you said it earlier that it has to flow, it has to go together. There was something that definitely complemented it, but it wasn't going with it. How does all that come together?
Well, it's honestly just putting tracks together. You know what I mean? It all starts off with just making a few tracks, this, that, third, and then you come across a few that they actually like marry into each other, and it's like, I'm kind of in the same realm here, you know what I mean? And then the ball keeps rolling, and you're putting together a tape. At least that's how I do it.
Okay.
I think I do everything ass backwards, to be honest.
But this latest project definitely shows a lot more work obviously went into it, and you could tell, you could listen to some of the lyrics and tell that there's definitely a bigger effort and a bigger foot being put forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make sure that everything's cohesive, and the production value alone. Let me tell you, man. The as far as the engineering goes, I don't know who you're working with, but it's definitely a gold mine. You definitely hit the science.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way to put it. Like I said, I'm still stuck on the first 5 tracks. I haven't gone beyond track number 5 or 6. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's funny. Once you told me that, actually, you said they know, so you're up to track 6. You're doing better than you thought.
And then I just go right back to 1 and let it play again.
we were on the subject of like mumble rap and stuff before, right?
Right.
And the track that actually follows after 6 is like is my example of what like an industry sounding song should be like. Okay.
A radio player, or
yeah, exactly. Like it's my version of like a banger or something that you would just like rock your head to as if it was mumble rap. You know what I mean? But it's actually solid lyrics on there.
Right.
It
definitely a lot of substance to this content, and this it's not just forget about the beats. The beats are secondary as far as we're concerned. It's the lyrics, it's the vocals, it's all very well leveled, very professionally done. I can't boast about it much more than that, without I love your music and I've loved it for years.
Thank you.
This is definitely a graduate moment for you, where I think we can expect
Next level
stuff. You know,
So
I'm looking forward to the future, and it is bright. I can assure you,
Absolutely.
it is bright.
You have a manager right now, right?
Yeah.
Producer or marketing, anything
Actually,
like that?
my manager, he's like a one-man show, dude.
So he does everything for you?
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man. We crossed this bridge because, you know, I was sitting here and, you know, I was taking a look at all my other projects, this, that, there, and I realized, you know, they did well, you know, but it was just like, I'm terrible at promoting myself. You know what I mean? You know, I could probably promote you guys 10 times better than I could promote myself. And that's how it always works.
Right. You don't mind me asking, who else does he do work for? Is he like...
He works with...
Is this what he does, right?
Yeah. He works with a lot of different people. He actually has his own clique too, which I've fucked with for years.
Oh, that's cool.
Shout out to D93. You know what I mean? Definitely a really cool group. You know, if you ever get a chance to look into them, definitely. You know, that's who I'm shouting out right now. Right. You know, but yeah, man, I had to cross that bridge because you know I sat and we had like a 2-hour long conversation over this, and I was telling him, I'm just like, yo, dude, like I need management. You know, and I'm so fucking busy. That's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? And yo,
you gotta live, right?
And it feels fucking great that, you know, he decided to take this on, you know, and he's 100% committed to it. And, you know, every day he's giving me like spreadsheets, you know, like progress reports, you know what I mean, on like exactly what he's doing, and it's fucking awesome. I definitely appreciate it.
Definitely shows. The work definitely shows, man. That's definitely a step in the right direction. So since the business has changed, you know, you no longer have to wait outside a studio and give your demo to an artist, maybe, you know, or a radio station, and, you know, wait for hours the way it used to be back in the day. Now being all digital, how do you reach out to anybody? Do you demo yourself, or you send a link to somebody? Like that doesn't happen. You just kind of hope enough people hear it to attract the attention, right?
I'm just trying to be heard. That's all it is. I just want people to listen, you know. And, you know, just as an example, these aren't like wild numbers, but, you know, the first day the tape dropped, you know what I mean, I had like 32 downloads and like 500 streams. Okay. And then Thursday comes around. I dropped it on a Tuesday. Right. Thursday comes around.
All day Wednesday went by.
I get a text from my manager with the progress report. Holy shit, dude! It spiked to over 1,500 views and 160 downloads
in 24 hours.
Wow, yeah, dude. So we're definitely moving up.
That's it. That's it, man. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Let's hope this vessel helps bring it to the next next evolution, and you know, vice versa. We love having you. We love having you on. We want to make sure you come back and visit us again.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the album. Congratulations on the video. Speaking of the video, you did this yourself? I mean, where was this done? Was this at a studio?
Actually, it was. The way that the whole thing came about, honestly, is
the concept itself of you versus you. I mean, that's big. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that's genius.
It was like, the video was supposed to be something completely fucking different, to be honest. And we started thinking about it, and we were just like, we try to always do what people aren't doing. So that's always the goal, you know, to try to be as original as possible. And all I remember is that we got that one shot in, and then it was just like, yo, this lighting is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And it works.
Yeah, and we were just like, yo, I think we could use this to our advantage. So we just kept running with it, and then by the end, once he chopped everything up, I'm like, dude, I think this is it. This is fucking sick.
Very good. Very nice. So, yeah. Very nice. Well done. There's a line in that track. Education is everything.
Oh, education is the problem and the solution.
There you go. That's the
It sure is.
That stayed with me. That particular line stayed with me because it's true.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want to give your audience. You want to give your listeners the truth and honesty, man. That just came across. I'm like, wow, it couldn't have been said in a better way.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't heard anybody say that.
Yeah.
That was original, man. I like that. That was definitely good.
This kid is going to do big things.
Big things. He heard it here first. I don't know if this is an exclusive. Have you done other interviews? Is this like, no, really?
So this is the first one.
All right. We claimed this one. We claimed this one.
Put it this This is my official first one as an artist.
Blessed.
Before I was an established artist. You know?
Blessings.
Yes.
You heard it here first. Don't forget, check out my man's website, OneShotOnce.com, MidnightOJ.com, and hit us up on Twitter, Midnight_OJ.
And when you become a millionaire, don't forget the little people.
Don't forget the little people,
No,
man. They'll
absolutely
come
not.
back. We'll shoot the breeze. You know, we'll light up the cigars. You know, drink some cervezas.
Yes.
And you're definitely going places, man. I assure you. And many blessings. Many blessings.
Thank you to you guys as well.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Midnight OJ podcast. Visit our website at www.midnightoj.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Midnight_OJ. And in the infamous words of Kaiser Willem, give me a woman who loves beer, and I shall conquer the world. Until next time.
When it comes to getting money, well, I do this every day. These niggas part-time rappers, man, I do this every day. So I don't need no practice, cause I do this every day. Do this every day, do this every day. When it comes to getting money, well, I do this every day. These niggas part-time rappers, man, I do this every day. So I don't need no practice, cause I do this every day. Do this every day, do this every day, okay. Hi haters, I'm fresh off my hiatus, fresh to death, I've been pushing weight, doing extra reps. Every time I'm on the beat, they looking shook, like an etch a sketch. If your girl around me, she press her chest, breast to breast. If she laying down, them legs are stretched, saying wants the best, that's just the best. But enough about these hoes, yo. I've been making dough like Pillsbury, on some new shit like January. Don't show no love, it's February. I'm here to stay, I just temporary. Why you even try, it's unnecessary. Just dead that shit like a cemetery. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm sorry, y'all, your niggas rapping soft, you hardly hard. That shit's hilarious, hardy hard. So I'm celebrating like Mardi Gras at someone else's expense. I tell you pay attention, but that's just another expense. Let's go. When it comes to getting money, well, I do this every day. These niggas part-time rappers, man, I do this every day. So I don't need no practice, cause I do this every day. Do this every day, do this every day.
Stepping through the party, outfit crazy, Nas, Buckley style, 80s wow. How we got your lady counting money out Mercedes truck. Rented out a week, the other body got the other one. I can never lose, I'm my mother's son. Tongue swollen and she loose lace like fresh shoes. Air-headed bitches giving brain to they jet blue. Getting paid every single day, I'm never letting up. Roll up in the Beamer white with 30 yards of leg room. Who that bang, who that move that thing, who that do that wave, to that, do that, back that, loop that, juice that, do that, move that way. Bitch, I always shine the Puerto Rican Michael Lowry. The California Maui look like algae, I'm out.
When it comes to getting money, well, I do this every day. These niggas part-time rappers, man, I do this every day. So I don't need no practice, cause I do this every day. Do this every day, do this every day. When it comes to getting money, well, I do this every day. These niggas part-time rappers, man, I do this every day. So I don't need no practice, cause I do this every day. Do this every day, do this every day, okay. I feel like I just made it, man, like I made $1 million. So much love from hosts, show up at shows, and I still don't got a deal yet. Ironic, ain't it? I couldn't find a way in. Put my ass on the line and came back on the grind, and I still don't got my name in. But a court now in my J's with a 4-pound. Oh my lord, finna change my name to a sport now. Call my phone, hit a Mr. Ring, I'm a ghost now. Ground floor with the CEOs making toast now. Business isn't only on the menu, just a politic. Mountain of amounts can make a tower shift on top of that. Seems like I'm the only nigga that's on top of it. The top of it.